You okay, love?
No. A fortnight ago, we were laughing. I always told him never to go clothes shopping on his own. An orange shirt and a paisley jumper. Mix and don't match from a sale rail as per.
Lights a bargain, does it?
Only when he was buying for himself. If I ever needed anything, it was always the best money could buy. He never thought of himself.
Yeah. Well, buying for people he loved gave him the most pleasure. I mean, my Alfie were just the same.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It is a shame that your mum couldn't come over.
Not good and can't be bothered, more like.
Oh. Well, she got your address because if her circumstances change, then maybe she could make it.
She'd never taken the trouble to ask me. Well, I don't want to talk about her if it's all the same.
No, of course not. Emma, you know, sitting here upsetting yourself isn't what your dad would want. So, why don't you go home, have a rest, and then come back in a couple of hours?
Oh, no, he needs me here. I've got to be here in case something happens. But you go.
No. If you want to stay, we stay. Eh?
It might be ages yet. But if you did want to go, I could do with a change of clothes if you won't mind popping back later. But no worries if you can't.
Listen, lady. You are the most important thing to me just now, and you're not going to go through all this on your own, right?
Thanks. You've been amazing. Way better than my so-called mum would ever have been.
You've had a lot to cope with, sweetheart. Really, you have. And if you do want to talk about what your mother told you...
There's nothing to be said. This is my dad. And nothing's ever going to change that.
Right.
Oh! And I thought Johnny Weissmuller was dead. All you need is the rubber crocodile.
I can't believe what I have just heard.
If I had a quid for every time I've said that. Do you know, the older I get, the more the world becomes a mystery to me.
I'll tell you what the biggest mystery is, okay? I thought it was a good idea to leave my business in your hands.
I beg your pardon.
Have you been running a bookies from behind my counter?
No. I've been running it on top of the counter because it makes writing the betting slips a bit easier.
You're going to get me prosecuted.
Why? It's not to do with you.
Yeah, but these are my premises.
Oh, I see. Yes, you want a cut of the profits, do you?
$12.99.
No, I'm not haggling with you. Look, it's my sideline and my money.
$12.99. They should be $16.99.
No, if you want to sell any of them, it shouldn't. Look, I've just marked down a few of the prices, just to drum up trade. Everything in this shop is overpriced. You obviously know nothing about selling.
What are you talking about? I've been in retail all my life. I built an empire.
Oh, hark at Julius Caesar. Now, where did I put them laurel leaves?
Right. This ends now.
Oh, no, leave them be. Little Ruby took hours putting them vodka labels on.
I want you to go, okay? Now. Please, before you get me arrested.
Oh, come on. Police aren't going to be bothered about a tuppenny-halfpenny betting ring.
No, maybe not, but I bet they are going to care about murder. Now, please just collect your stuff and then sling your hook.
Well, that is the last time that I ever do anybody a favour, particularly you.
Can I have that in writing?
Asher, I've made you something to eat. Asher, are you all right? I'm fine. We've been up there an awfully long time. Come down and have some food. I've made you some eggy bread. Asher, do you want me to bring it up to your room?
No, it's fine. I'll come down now.
My lip gets any fatter, I'll be breaking into a chorus of satisfaction.
Yeah, you and me both. So, what's it to be? Where do we stand? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. You were just stringing me along to stop me leaving with Jed.
No, hold on.
For what?
For you to make your mind up? Because this baby will have grown up and left home by then. Do you know what? I'm so sick of this conversation. It's now or never, Robert.
Vicky, I told you, I can't just drop something like this on Michelle.
Oh, Michelle, yeah, it always comes back to her. God knows why you aren't even together.
No, but...
No, but you'd like to be. You're still in love with her. I've known it all along.
I just don't want to be another bloke that's let her down.
Well, I'd say that horse is well and truly bolted.
I need to find the nearest thing to the right moment, okay? But my future is there. You can count on that. I just don't want to hurt her any more than I have to. You must understand that.
Yeah, I suppose. A kid always hurt her for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you like that. I've got to do this my way, okay?
Okay, just don't muck me about. I'll stick that in the wash. I think Tyler has some fresh tops in the iron cupboard in the bathroom.
Yeah, cheers.
Why don't you treat yourself to a wee soak? You've had a shock.
Yeah, that might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Listen, I kind of have a confession.
That sounds ominous.
Well, I had another chinwag with Joe LaFoe, just to see what she had to say.
What did you think she was going to say? She had a disappointing holiday. You knew exactly what she was going to say. She'd do everything she could to make you take that job.
She did, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what, love? If you put yourself under that kind of pressure again, this could finish you off.
And that's why I turned it down.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, it's good to know you could have done something even if you didn't really want to.
I think. But you did the right thing. Love, you did. Thank you.
I need you to realise I don't need a carer anymore. Peter, I need a boyfriend. You interested?
Can't say I've ever heard of the flesh-eating bugs, but I'll try anything once.
That's my top.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't be keeping it. Where's your mum?
She was going into Weatherfield.
Weatherfield? Why?
Said she needed to sort something for you.
For me? Did she say what?
Just said it was a dirty job, but somebody had to do it. Anyway, I need that back on Wednesday because they're playing a gig at... Where are you going?
Are you John's daughter?
Dad. Why didn't you fetch me? I was only gone an hour. I was just in the canteen.
Your father slipped away very quickly. There was nothing we could do. But his pain was controlled. He didn't suffer.
I'm sorry. No. I'm so sorry.
It looks like he's not going to last a day.
Oh, that's awful. And it's all happened so quick.
Yes, but he's been ignoring all the symptoms, apparently. Do you know, it's devastating when you lose someone close to you at any time. But when it's so sudden and you've not been through it all before...
Well, it's all part of growing up, I suppose, but hard to get your head round at that age. Changes the way you look at life forever.
Well, it's going to change a lot more yet, I reckon, and not just for her.
I am not liking that look one bit. I'm hoping you're just having a moment.
Well, I wish I was. Do you know, Liz, Emma's phone went, and it was her mum. And a photo flashed up on the screen, right? And it was Fiona.
Fiona?
Yeah, Fiona Middleton, Steve's ex.
How come Emma's never mentioned that?
Well, she didn't know that she'd got any connections around here.
Yeah, but Fiona must have told her when she knew she was working for you.
No, she hasn't. I mean, I don't think they get on really. But, Liz, if I tell you something, will you promise to keep it under your hat?
Well, I've only got a fascinator, but I'm sure it'll do the job.
Listen, I think you're going to need a sombrero for this, but I'm just going to take a risk. When Emma was in the hospital, her dad told her that he wasn't her real dad.
Oh, that poor kid. And she's sure it wasn't the medication?
No, because she checked with Fiona.
And did Fiona let on who the dad was?
No, absolutely refused. Must have had her reasons.
Well, what possible reason could she have? Steve?
It had crossed my mind.
Hey, Vicky, whoa, wait. What are you doing?
I'm being cruel to be kind. Like, you're stringing Michelle along. It's better to rip the plaster off now so she can move on.
Well, she's not even there.
Is she not? Right, well, fine. I'll leave a message.
No. I told you that. That's not how I want to play it.
Yeah, because you don't want to play it at all. Now, wait in the car like a good boy and let me do this.
I said no.
Get your hands off me!
You've gone too far. Okay, this is my life and my call. Back off.
Robert, I'm doing you a favour.
Best favour you can do me is get on the next bus back to Macclesfield.
What?
You heard.
Yeah, light and clear.
What? I'll give you a lift to the... Hey, Michelle. Hey. What are you doing here?
Oh, that's charming, isn't it? Could say the same about you. What have you done to your face?
I'll tell you inside.
Flesh-eating bugs, eh? It's a bit of a change from Coldplay, that, isn't it?
It's a long story.
Right.
Here's a cup of nice strong tea for you. As pivotal to the business of bookkeeping as a pot of ink, only you don't want to dip your quill in that.
Thank you. Well, let's just hope that Evelyn hasn't done too much damage.
Was it really that bad?
Well, I said, surely so, yeah. But look, you couldn't make vodka in a bathtub the prices she was charging. And as for the illegal betting, please, you know, might as well have left Al Capone in charge.
And she was discounting her own shopping. I was just waiting for an opportune moment to tell you. I went to the shop to confront her, but she barred me, and I should have persisted.
Oh, come on, it's my fault, isn't it? It's me. Because I was so desperate to get away to India and see my Uncle Ravi and spend quality time with my kids while they were still interested, or so I thought.
Oh, nobody can condemn you for that.
Mary, I just wanted them to travel the country, to immerse them in the culture, to give them a sense of who they are.
Well, I'm sure you did, but perhaps not as fully as you would have liked.
No, you've seen what Ash is like. Has she even left her room today?
Well, I managed to coax her out with some food, but she just wolfed it down and then shot back up.
Thank you. You know, when we were in Jaipur, we were going to go and see the Amber Palace and the Hawa Mahal and the City Palace, and I'd made so many plans. And she barely left the hotel.
I don't understand.
She said it was too hot, and she didn't care for old buildings. She just stayed in her room watching, I don't know, just like makeup videos on the internet. And I feel like I've lost her.
No.
You know, you build your life around them, don't you? You do, and you're the one that they go to make sense of the world, and then suddenly it's like you're talking to strangers who didn't listen to anybody else but you.
They'll come back to you. Asher will come back to you. They're just doing what teenagers do.
But I think it's more than that with her. I do, because she just seems so sad. And you hear these these stories about these kids that are doing these terrible things and the parents don't even see coming, and I don't want that to be our shit.
I will never let that happen to those children. I love them as if they are my own, and if Aisha does have a problem, rest assured, I will get to the bottom of it.
I'm sorry.
David Dickinson's sticking the kettle on then, eh?
I'm busy, so unless you want to buy a coffee table or a chaise lounge, then...
The chaise long. You're going to need to learn the lingo if you're going to give this a go.
Right, well, I'm sure I'll manage. What do you want?
Look, just don't punish other people because of me.
And how's that, then?
Don't ask Derek to pull out on the Underworld deal, please.
Now, you were out of order, but you really think I'd be that petty?
Well, yeah, you seemed pretty serious earlier.
Yeah, I was angry about what you said.
I'm sorry. Look, I know I was unfair.
Yeah, you were. I mean, come on, I'm trying here. The only reason that I persuaded Derek to invest was because I felt guilty. About everything. About lying to you. About what happened with Rick. And most of all, what happened to Rana.
I didn't mean to give you a hard time.
Yeah, well, trust me, you can't give me a harder time than I already give myself. I can't bring Rana back, but I can try and make it up to everyone else that I hurt. Starting with rebuilding that factory.
Well, it's good to be back. Although I have to say I'm not loving the new threads. Got a whiff of midlife crisis about.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not about to get a piercing or anything. I had to borrow these from one of the lads. Mine had blood on it.
So you're going to tell me what happened? Or...
Yeah, one of the inmates stuck one on me.
Why?
Because he's doing an 18-month stretch for aggravated assault and he's having trouble at home, you know.
Well, what kind of trouble?
Well, his dad, who's back on the scene, wants him and his mum to go away with him, make a fresh start.
So what's the issue?
Well, the dad's a lowlife. They'll get nothing but grief. Plus, there's another bloke on the scene and the mum's carrying his kid.
Wow. That is a mess. But you regret getting involved now, don't you?
Yeah, just a bit.
Now, would a carer treat you to a slap-up meal like that?
I don't know, it depends on the carer. I mean, some of those carers really go the extra mile.
Well, would they go this far?
Well, that might lead to some serious ethical questions.
So what am I now? Boyfriend? Or carer?
Let's just see, shall we?
So does that mean you're going to invite me up for a coffee or what?
Oh, you know, I'd love to, but I don't fancy Roy as our chaperone, do you?
Saying me dad's at ours, so that's how.
Then I reckon we're well and truly stuck.
Not necessarily.
Oh! Is that a set of keys in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
Both. I know a lovely little lay-by on the way to the airport.
And is that where you take all your lady friends?
No, I generally pull him for a pasty at the butty wagon, but he knocks off about 4, so we could have it all to ourselves.
Yeah, go on then. Though you might not want to leave your meter running, because we could be some time.
I just can't believe she sold us down the river like this.
Yeah, well, I could. She's still sore from her breakup.
Yeah, but it's also pay the price.
Gary's only going to be around while they do the rebuild.
Yeah, if he's project manager, you know, it won't be often.
I mean, she's proper stitched us up.
Not sure if we can trust her anymore.
Oh, come on. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. She's run that place single-handedly, isn't she?
Yeah, and now she might have sunk it single-handedly.
Okay, she got it wrong. She did what she thought was best for you, like she always has.
Well, I don't know about that, but listen, guys, you can stop fretting. So I've spoke to Gary, and it's sorted. He's not going to tell Derek to pull out.
Well, that can't have been easy.
That was fine. I needed to put things right before I leave.
Oh, you're going nowhere. But why don't we just run the place together?
Well, it's not really down to me, is it?
Okay. Guys?
Fine by me.
Well, you can never have enough bosses, can you?
I don't mind.
Sal?
Yeah, if that's what everybody else wants.
Well, here you go. What do you say?
Okay, one condition.
What's that?
You make the coffee.
Done.
Now, the application form should be in here somewhere and she'll have a date of birth on that. So I hope I can find it.
Quite a filing system you've got there.
Oh, well, it must be here somewhere.
Yeah, that and your ration book.
Oh, got it at last, thank heaven. Right. Oh.
Well?
May the 3rd, 1999.
Right. So that means she was conceived August 98.
Right. Well, Alfie bought the salon from Fiona 3 months before he died. So, wait a bit, she must have left September 98.
Oh. So Emma could be my granddaughter then.
Congratulations, I think. What are we going to do now?
I don't know. Pray.
Oh, phew.
They all want to do what's best for their families, but tough choices lie ahead. Secrets will surface when Anna Friel stars in our brand new 6-part drama, Deep Water, starting Wednesday night at 9. Next on ITV, it's Long Lost Family. What happened next?